there, Tom&Gi. I'm really sorry that I missed last week's video, but as you know, I'm currently rehearsing for Les Mis again. I don't actually think I've announced this on my YouTube channel yet. I'm staying at Les Mis playing Eponine for a little bit longer, which means I'm going to be there through the 30th anniversary. Les Mis will have been in London as an ongoing West End production for 30 years. So it's a real honour to have been asked to stay for its 30th birthday, but it means that I'm rehearsing with the new cast during the day, who are due to start mid-June, and doing the actual show in the evening with the current cast. So I'm a little bit all over the place, which is why there was no video last week, because I was needed for rehearsals every day. But today I've got a little bit of time before I'm needed for rehearsals, so hey Tom&Gi. I hope you had a restful, relaxing holiday, but you were in Disney, so knowing you two, you were both running around like children, so I hope that you've had a couple days after your holiday to recover. But now that you're back home, you're back to reality, back to being the creative, busy people that you are. The three of us are quite creative people. Amongst us, we are authors, singers, actors, musicians. We've got a lot of creativity. We're crap at all the academic stuff, maths and science, but the creative stuff, we're quite good at, that's our strength. But sometimes I feel, anyway, that I can't get any of my creativity out of my head. It's like those old toothpaste tubes where you know there's something in there, you can feel it, but you just can't squish it out. All I know now is currently out in the shops for people to read, but I am still writing because that's something that I love doing and something that I want to continue doing, and fiction has kind of always been my thing. All I know now is kind of an accident based on a blog that I was writing about myself, so it was non-fiction and it kind of snowballed and it ended up with all I know now. But fiction has always been like really where my passion is, writing stories and being creative and telling fantastical tales. So I'm continuing to write, but that comes with that horrible creative block where you're like, I've got such a good idea, but I don't know how to get it out of my brain. And it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating because you know it's gonna be great when it comes out, or at least you hope it's gonna be great, but you're never gonna know if it doesn't come out your head. So when I get into one of these frustrated, angry places where I start to hate my own brain for a little bit, I have found some really cool websites that are really good with sparking off different ideas and sort of inspiring me and getting me fired up and ready to start being creative again. It kind of gets all my creative juices flowing, as it were. Just a quick side note to anyone watching this, just for assurance or peace of mind, I have not been sponsored nor have I been contacted by any of these websites to share them in a video. I just really like these websites and I actually use them on a sort of monthly basis whenever I have a creative block. I often get messages from people asking how to get over creative blocks, and so I thought I would share these websites because this is how I personally deal with that. The first place that I usually visit, because I'm quite frustrated and angry with myself that I just can't get anything out, is thequietplaceproject.com. I actually put this in my book because I think it's just such an amazing website that needs more traffic towards it because it helps so much. And my favourite room within The Quiet Place is the Thoughts room. It plays this really gorgeous music that instantly just makes me feel really docile and calm. And it gives you a little status bar, much like on Facebook or Twitter, and you just type stuff into it and the words sort of just explode and fall away like stars. And the words aren't saved or archived anywhere, they just disappear as soon as you've written them. So it's really nice just to get out that initial frustration and anger about anything. It doesn't even need to be when you've got a creative block, it can be about anything that you're angry about, and so you can just get it all down and then literally watch it visibly disappear in front of you. I think that's such a beautiful way of getting rid of anger. The second website is stumbleupon.com. I love this website because you can tailor it to your own interests. You compile all of the interests and passions that you have and then click stumble, and StumbleUpon will just randomly pick things out of the internet that have been submitted to StumbleUpon and give them to you based on what your interests are. At the moment, my interests are books, fine arts, literature, quotes, drawing, graphic design, poetry and writing. So you can kind of tailor it to where your creative block is and then use it to get inspiration. Now the final website is actually Tumblr. Now I'm not saying this like, oh, I've discovered this really great website that nobody knows about. I know that everyone knows about Tumblr and I know that pretty much everyone has a Tumblr, but recently I've discovered how useful the search can be. Tumblr is full of creative, artistic, brilliant people. So if you type in something in the search bar that you're interested in or you know that you're inspired by, it'll like a search bar does, it'll just give you hundreds of thousands of things to be inspired by and feed off of. I often type in the word quotes because I get really inspired by motivational, brilliant, clever things that other people have said, or little snippets from books that I haven't read or books that I have read and need to be reminded by. For instance, the first thing that comes up when I type in quotes is you can't start a new chapter if you keep rereading the last one. Instantly, I feel like I really relate to that and that really resonates with me, and I'm instantly thinking maybe I could write a blog or make a video about that idea, or maybe I could incorporate that idea into a story or something. Instantly I'm like, oh, inspired! Just looking at things that people have been inspired to make inspires me to make stuff. It's kind of this ongoing creative circle. So those are my ways of getting over a creative block. Tom&Gi, I would love to hear yours, and anyone else who is struggling with a creative block or has other really brilliant ways of getting over it, then please talk to each other in the comments. Help each other out. Today I look like this, and I shall see you next Wednesday. A dream is a wish your heart